Poor old B0329851. He was the Game Gear that started it all. He had one bad battery cover. Now he's got no contacts in the battery bay because I borrowed them for another one. He had an LED backlight mod installed. Kind of works. The capacitors are all put on facing the wrong directions. The polarity was right, but some of them got in the way of the... On the newer models there's gold circles here, here and here that pretty much tell you not to put... There's also a giant one there telling you not to put anything there because the back casing has standoffs. I didn't know that. So you got a little mangled. Still does turn on, but it's also, in addition to those problems, has a bad DC in jack. So it's a bit of a problem. What I'm going to try and do though is get him up and running because he's not a USA or Europe model. He's a GG main, which is different to my other ones. So I want to get him functioning. I've just got to find a way to start off by getting the capacitors all sitting in properly. I might try and address this wire for the backlight, LED backlight. We'll see how we go. No guarantees, of course, but there you go. That's how bad things can end up. Oh, there's some wires from the battery terminals. Oh dear. Oh, this is sad. Here's just a quick show of the progress so far. Redone the sound caps. There we go. So 2, 3, fourth one standing upright. There just wasn't enough clearance to lay it flat. And the fifth one is somewhat missing, but will be attached to these two cables. What happened is the tracks had lifted on both sides. One's still partially there, but I don't think it's got a very good connection. So I've just traced them back to where they came from. One was coming out of that tiny little capacitor there, C8, which is that's the negative side. And we've got the positive, which I then traced to the other side of the board. Scratched away a little bit of the PCB, just the coating, and exposed the copper track. And then I was able to get a blob of solder on there and then attach this cable. I'll have to tape them down, but then they'll wire off to the lone capacitor. And we'll go from there. The main board's going to be a bit more of an interesting ride. Yeah, I'll do that later on tonight or tomorrow morning, or start it at least. So there you go. Soundboard. Here's a quick test of the LED backlit Game Gear with dodgy sound and capacitors in general. So as you can see, we've got the soundboard hooked in there. Blue cable and white cable running off to that capacitor there. And it works. There's sound again. See the backlight coming out of there maybe? So it's working. Which was definitely good. So there you have it. So now I've just got to do all the capacitors on the main board again, make them much tidier, and we'll be good to go. Here's the end result, the Game Gear with LED backlighting. I'll just give you a quick demo. You can see two bright spots on either side of the screen. Works best in complete darkness. Brightness adjustment. And that's it. Oh yeah, the DC in port's still broken. And there are no battery connectors in the battery bays. It's a work in progress.